guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my channel I do some tips for people that are trying to start a YouTube channel, and just tips for bloxburg players, just stuff like that really. I used to do a lot of Adopt Me too, but I wanted to focus more into the people starting new channels, because I know for me it was really hard. I watched at least 20 videos on it, but there was just still some stuff that nobody mentioned to me that came by a really big surprise when I started my channel, and I wish I would have known. So that's what I'm going to be taking you guys through today. If you're starting a YouTube channel, or if your friend does, and if you want to start one after this video, then go ahead and you can always comment down below with some more tips and send this to somebody that wants to start theirs. So before we get into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's just go. I'll be doing more like this in the future, and I have a playlist for people starting new channels, so if you want to go check it out, then you can check that out too. It's on my channel, and let's get into it. So I didn't actually understand what I knew what YouTube meant. Obviously it's a place where you can start channels, there's some tips, you have to have thumbnails, but nobody told me, oh yeah, use this app, and nobody ever gave me an actual tutorial on how to use the app. So I will be doing that in a future video. The apps that I use now, or the app, is Ibis Paint X. It's free on both devices, and I've mentioned this in one of my other videos. I used to use Pixar, but I would prefer my thumbnails now than what they were. Let me know what you think, but let me know if you want a tutorial for Pixar or Ibis Paint. I recommend starting this on the mobile. I feel like it's just easier in multiple ways. So if you're trying to start on PC, then I don't think this part of the video is for you, because I feel like that came off quite rude. I just mean that I haven't done any research to do with PC, so I don't really know the best editing apps, how to edit thumbnails, because I've never actually attempted to. So there are many people that have done PC tutorials, but one of them is just not me. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to use it. So if you're someone who's looking for PC, then I'm so sorry, but there are people that can do a lot better in-depth tutorials than I can. I've never tried to edit a video on PC, so I'm so sorry. This wasn't for you. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing that I wish I knew when I started my YouTube channel. So I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make videos that I like doing, because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I make them, they're mine. It's not like that, and it really wasn't. And I started one of my old YouTube channels, my first ever YouTube channel, when I was quite young. Probably about the age of, which probably wasn't the best thing, but I think it helped quite a lot because I'm quite experienced with it. And obviously it's not this channel, it's one that I've never actually mentioned before, and I'm not going to mention because it was quite cringy. So if you want to know what it was, then let me know, but it was just so horrible. Anyways, so one thing I do wish I knew is that you do have to stick with what the audience wants. So what I do sometimes is I look at popular creators that play the same game as me. I'm not going to mention them because I feel like that's just a bit rude. I don't know. But I feel like it's disrespectful. But I just go on the channel sometimes and I just look through their videos and I'm like, wow, these look so fun. Like, I'm going to do that. Or, wow, people really like that video on her channel. I'm going to try it. And obviously this has worked for me quite a few times. Obviously we have a very different subscriber count, so there would obviously be a lot more watching their videos, but here's where it goes into another tip. Don't compare yourself. If you're going to compare yourself to how you're only getting, I don't know, 10 views in a video and they're getting 10k in 3 minutes, just don't do that. Because if you go on their channel, if you set it to oldest videos, they've had their channel for 4 years or 2 years or a very long time, and if you only just started yours, then you're not going to have it for that long. You wouldn't have had as much experience, and yours would just be completely different. If you scroll down to their older videos, you could see that they didn't get as much as they do now, and their new fans would have just looked down it and be like, oh, let me look what they first sounded like or their first video was, you know what I mean? So don't feel downhearted when you get a different view count. I recommend just focusing on yourself and not anybody else. here's me on to the next thing. Consistency. When I started my channel on like a half-term a week thing, so it was a lot easier for me to just do videos every day because I had nothing else to do. I was extremely bored. And you know what I mean, it's quite easy. I had nothing else to do in a day. But then when I went back to school, it was so hard to get into that routine of trying to do it. I went on a whole month break. Yeah, I do regret doing that. I lost quite a lot of subscribers while doing this, and
Honestly, I just didn't really like it. I love posting on my YouTube, but it was just way too hard to do school, especially that I had really important tests, practices, just stuff coming up. And I used to go to netball club after school, so it was quite hard. Yeah. And after a while, I knew how to do it. I would do like 2 videos on like a weekend or like 4, and then I would just post from after school, try to make them after school if I could. Obviously, if I couldn't, then I didn't really mind because I knew that if I didn't put a lot of
effort into my videos, then I'm sure people wouldn't mind if they took a lot longer to post. And this is where thumbnails came in. So when I was bored, I would just make thumbnails. I'd just make them when I was bored. So when I wanted to post a video, I'd just put the text on my thumbnail and just kind of remake it, but I already had it half made. So it was just a lot easier to kind of do, if I'm being honest. All I had to do was add what my video title was called, and it was just really easy. So that helped a lot when I'm bored. I'm watching YouTube on my laptop, which is now broken. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just not talk about that. And I'd just be making thumbnails on my phone on iBase Paint because that's the app that I use. If I've already mentioned it, I don't want the videos to drag on forever, but I might do a part 2 of this because I feel like this is something that I wish I knew. So there's definitely people out there that might want to know this, or just kind of want to see what this video is about. But those are some things that I did wish I knew, and I hope that they can help you, and I hope that now you know them. So if or when you want to start a YouTube channel, just a little help. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope I'll see you in my next one.